Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all having the most super duper wonderful time wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you most beautifully. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a wonderful time wherever you are in the world, okay? So much love to you all, okay? So 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lights. Oh, they're deliciously bright. Thank you, little lights. Yes, they're remaining bright, aren't they, for certain videos for some reason? Anyway, there must be a reason why, everybody. Now then, my weather in the old neck of the woods in the old UK, well, if it's raining, it's raining. Okay, so it does seem to be raining, okay? So I got in, on time, taking my delicious and wonderful, beautiful little Ruby Tuesday out, okay? So now it started to book it down. Well, surprise, really. Now, I have been informed, when was it? Was it yesterday? I have been informed that, yes, apparently we're going to be having snow next week. Oh, well, anyway, if it's not one thing, everybody, it is another, as we all very well know. Now then, I would have done my videos over the weekend, to be quite honest with you, everybody, but I tell you what I suffered, which is something I never ever suffer with. And I was suffering with a lower back. It was just tearing my lower back, and which is something that I never suffer. I mean, the only time really I've ever suffered like that, everybody, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, was when I was expecting my 2 daughters. It was like that kind of pain, if you know what I mean. And no, everybody, before you all ask, no, I'm celibate. Do you see what I mean? I'm not doing anything, so there's nothing wrong with me. Okay, it's just, it reminded me of that pain, and it was flipping painful, I tell you, right? Anyway. So I thought, well, there's no chance of me really sitting up straight like I am now. Do you see what I mean? Yes. So I just thought I've just got to allow this just to, I've just got to get over it. Do you understand what I mean today? So that's what I did. Anyway, so I'm here now, aren't I? So that's the most important thing, my delicious little babies. Now, I keep forgetting, don't I? You see, this is what I do. You see, I'm flipping deadly finishing now. If you do happen to enjoy my video today, and it does happen to you get some form of enjoyment out of it or education out of it, then please, if you could click on the like, okay? For others of you, if you happen to stumble across me and you do enjoy my videos, if you please like to kindly subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to comment, and for others of you, if you'd like to share my videos so that others can also get information as well, okay? It would all be very gratefully appreciated, okay? So I'm very thankful, thank you, and God bless to you all, okay? Now then, so I want to make a start, because I want to give out some bits of information, okay? So, right, I want to go to the first one now, okay, everybody? So, what it is, we've got here Elon Musk, okay? And by the way, sorry, I've just got to say this, it's just come into my mind. I'm awfully sorry, because everybody's situation is different. I didn't mean anything by, when I was talking about expecting my daughters, okay? Because I know that there are other dear ladies out there, where things are not so easy for them to conceive. God bless their beautiful dear souls, okay? So I did not mean it that way. So I do apologise. Sometimes, it just seems that I do not think, it's not that. It's just that sometimes, I say what I've got to say, if you know what I mean. So I do apologise. It was not meant to offend anybody. Right, so we're going to go to the first one of the day, okay? So, please do excuse me. Just need a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Okay. So we're going to go to the first one. So we've got Elon Musk bans Kanye West, okay, from Twitter. Now then, I did a video not so long ago, okay, And, well, I was saying, you know, that I do not trust Elon Musk, everybody. Now, I mean, I know that there was a lot on the internet. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, it was all over the flipping internet, wasn't it? Proper rocking and rolling it was. So you're talking at many, many, many different channels, and it's like, oh, hot news, Elon Musk and all that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and that like he's going to turn everything around. Do you see what I mean? Well, you see, I always say, and I'm a firm believer, everybody, right, that the proof is in the pudding. Do you see what I mean? It's as simple as simple things. Do you see what I mean? Now, so if it's meant to be free speech on Twitter, this is all I'm saying, everybody, okay? So please feel free to comment if you have a different view, okay? Which, of course, I always welcome any comments, okay? But to me, well, you cannot say, right, one can go on there, or you can reinstate somebody, or what, however it rocks and rolls, okay? But then with somebody else, because they have a different view, and maybe to some it may sound rather extreme, okay, and that they are not allowed to go on Twitter. So if it is so-called freedom of speech, everybody, then all I want to know is, if somebody could please answer me, so why is Kanye West not allowed to go onto Twitter? Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Do you see? And it would be very interesting, everybody, to see how many others over this time. Yes, it will. Do you see what I mean? See, I believe, and I do not care what anybody tells me, that there is a hidden agenda here. Now, I'm sure that we'll all see it in time, okay? Just like we've seen with the previous Twitter, before Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Or so-called bought Twitter, however we want to rock and roll this, okay? Well, just like they were exposed, weren't they? Do you see what I'm saying? For what the crack was going on in their offices. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Take it upon themselves to ban some, to suspend some, do you see what I mean? Yes? When, of course, and also, just to let you all know this as well, my delicious little babies, that you see, at the end of the day, a lot of these were getting banned, yes, for saying or suspended for saying something which now appears to be common knowledge, which far more know about in the world. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes? So it would just be interesting now to see what happens. But no, I stand by what I say. I do not trust him. Do you see what I mean? And then there was another video, I cannot remember actually. Anyway, I never wrote it down. In fact, I never even looked at it, to tell you the truth. I just seen the bit on YouTube where it said, and then what was it? I think it's about 2 weeks ago or something. They're coming after me. This is something to do with Elon Musk again. Mr. Musk, right? Well, of course, I really do not feel that anyone's going after Elon Musk myself. Do you see what I mean? So, I just have my own views, everybody. Call me suspicious. Well, maybe. But I do not trust it, and I'm just going to leave it like that, everybody, yes? But it just seems that Kanye West seems to be here, there and everywhere. Do you understand what I mean? Now, if Kanye West was to say anything positive or to do anything positive, there's very few videos on it, but when he says something that others are not liking, do you see what I mean? It's like he's slated all over the place. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's like an old-fashioned saying, everybody, and I'm going to say this now, right? It's like, you know, nobody will ever praise another, well, there's very few anyway, that I've known over the decades, right? Nobody will ever praise another for the good work that they do, but they're the first to throw dirty water in somebody's boat race if somebody's done wrong. Do you see what I mean? Yes? So, you know, that's just food for thought, everybody, yes? Now then, so let's tick that one off. Now the next one, so let's hop down here, shall we? William and Kate went to the US. Mind you, I did put in brackets, which I did, everybody. I did put in brackets, no jabs. Do you see what I mean? So, according to what I know of, I mean, it could have changed. No, I haven't looked back, you know, back into this lately. But in order to get into the US, right, into America, ones have to be jabbed. So why must one rule apply to one? There we go. And not to another? Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes? So really, it just gets disgusting by the minute, doesn't it? And of course, our putrid royal family in the old UK, well, they just persistently take the pee out of everybody. When, of course, they're telling us out here, all of them, you know, the old fake King Charles, by the way, yes? They're all telling us not to, you know, and with the travelling and everything like that, yes, but they're still on their old Zuzum planes, aren't they? And jets. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes, so I just, you know, like to point things out, really, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so that one's been ticked off. Now then, let's go to this. Smart meter, karmic retribution. Now, this is on YouTube, and this man is under Hugo Talks. Okay, so let's tick this one off. Now, I did a video, My Delicious Little Babies, months ago, and I was discussing about the old smart meters, okay, because I mean they've been out some years now, and of course I continuously got telephone calls, to have one of these smart meters. But you see, to me, there's very little in life, everybody, and this is what I have found myself personally, right? That, you see, the best things in life are free. So if one gets something for free and it is genuine. Okay, let me just give you an example. I'm just going to give you an example of how I rock and roll, yes? So, say for example, okay, I can give you two examples, yes? So, number one, when I was in jewellery for nearly 10 years, right? It was almost 10 years. Well, you see, my dear friends, you know, God bless them, yes, my beautiful and delicious little friends, okay, especially the dear ladies who wanted jewellery repairing, okay, so one of the perks of my job, okay, at the time, is that, you know, I could get that done and I could get it done for free. So that meant that I would not be charged, all my delicious little babies. So when I did it as a favour, you know, for one of my beautiful and delicious little friends, there were two actually, that I would not charge them either. So that's what you call, you know, the best things in life are free. Just like if somebody's come to me and they do not have any of the ka-ching, okay, and they need to have a healing session. Now, you know, the thing is, I do it free for my wonderful and delicious little friends. Yes, I do, you know, and I'll be honest with you there. You know, they can come to me and have a free healing, yes, okay? Or my delicious little daughters, you know, if they wanted to, you know, at any time to come and have the healing. That's not an issue at all, okay? But if somebody like a dear client, you know, and they really just do not have the ka-ching, well, you know, I have been known to do that for free. So once again, what I'm saying is, everybody, that's what I call the best things in life for free, because you're doing good for somebody else, but you're not expecting anything back. Do you see what I'm saying to you, sweet? So anyway, I know it sounds very long-winded, but I'm hoping that you get the gist of what I'm saying, my delicious little babies, yes? So going back to this smart meter now. So each time I got a call, and in the end, I did get rather flipping annoyed with them. And I told them just not to call me again. Yes, I flipping did, right? And I was getting most abrupt with them. Do you see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, one must always understand our putrid governments never give nothing for free. Do you see what I mean? Which is why, and I'm going to continue to say it, we boot them out. They're scum. Doesn't matter what party they are, we boot them out. They're scum. You see? And I do believe, you know, I really, really do, you know, with my heart, one day we flipping will get rid of this scum. Yes, we flipping well will. Do you see what I mean? Because enough will be flipping enough. Do you see what I mean, everybody? Yes, my delicious little babies. Now then, so yes, so that's an interesting short video just to listen to. Do you see what I mean? But I said it months ago, but of course, you know, I was asked to have one of these Poxy smart meters flipping years ago and I refused. Do you know what I mean? And I asked him on the telephone, yes, I did, on the old dog and bone. You know, I asked him questions. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what are you giving for free? Explain yourself. Elaborate. Do you see what I mean? But because they're just there doing a sales pitch, do you see what I mean? It's a sales pitch to give away something for it. Do you see what I mean? But they probably did not even realise themselves what they were doing themselves. The others on the old dog and bone, on the other end of the dog and bone. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But those smart meters, let me tell you, they're not everything they're flipping cracked up to be. And of course, you know, I tried to tell other delicious little babies out there, yes I did. But, I mean, God bless their beautiful dear souls again, listening to the putrid governments. But did anyone listen to me? No. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So anyway, I rest my case there, everybody. So that's been ticked off. So let's go on to the next one now, shall we? So we've got, now this here is on YouTube, everybody, okay? So, you know, and by the way, sorry, just to let you know, everybody, my delicious little babies, if you just type in at the top of the space bar on YouTube, smart meter karmic retribution, okay? Please, sweet. And at the bottom in the subscribe, it should say Hugo Talks, okay, my delicious babies? Because I just like to give everybody food for thought, and I just like to give out information. That is what I feel that I'm here for. Okay, my delicious little babies. And sometimes I do have conversations about other things. Do you see what I mean? Just depends what mood I'm in, really, everybody. Right, now then, so the next one, if you could please type in the space bar in YouTube again, everybody, yes? And if you could please type in Farage, right, put back in his box by football hero Neville Southall. So I'll just repeat that again, everybody. Farage put back in his box by football hero Neville Southall, okay? And it is on YouTube, and if you please look in the subscribe box, it should say Maximilian, you know, Maximilian, okay? Robespierre, okay? So I'm just going to tick that off, everybody, yes? So you see, the thing is, my delicious little babies, this is only, again, a very short video. But you see, this again, you know, and I said on another video, didn't I, you know, about Farage, you know, that, you know, certain were saying, oh, you know, he's the one to sort out the old Brexit and everything else. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You see, what everybody's got to understand, well, for some delicious little babies out there, not all my delicious little babies, but for some, what they've got to understand is that this is like a playground. Do you see what I mean? So it's one against the other in our putrid governments, right? So Farage is no different to the rest. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes, he's no different. And what's really interesting, everybody, about this very short video is that it's really interesting to hear his true views on certain things. Most interesting indeed. Whereas your man there, Neville Southall, and God bless him, well, he said things the way it was. Do you see what I mean? Because Farage, just like the rest of them, well, none of them are any good. And let's face it, they're all there to line their old flipping skyrockets. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes? And really, that's the fact, there we go, and that's the fact of the matter. So they're not working for the man and woman out here. Do you see what I mean? And really, just in that very short video, everybody, he really showed his true flipping colours, big time. Yes, he flipping did. Do you see what I mean? So I wonder for all of the Farage fans out there, whether they'd still see him in that light. I wonder. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, I wonder why. Okay, not on about the song. It was just me, that just came into my mind, okay? So that's that ticked off. Now there is one more I want to say, okay, my delicious little babies. So if you, again, this is on YouTube, everybody, okay? And if you could please type into the space bar at the top, how and why they silenced him, okay? Africa's last hope. So I'll just repeat that again, everybody. How and why they silenced him. Africa's last hope. Now that's on YouTube, and if you could please look in the subscribe, everybody, my delicious little babies, it should say the new tourist. The new tourist, okay? What this gentleman does, he basically breaks it down, okay, into a short video. So I'm just going to tick that off, everybody, and now I'm going to close my book, okay? Now what this gentleman does is he breaks everything down, okay, and he makes it very short for everybody. This is not meaning, you know, to be insulting or anything like that. I do not mean it like that, all of my delicious little babies. But he does it in such a way that is most understandable. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And that you can follow very easily. Do you see what I'm saying? Please excuse me. I just have to have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So yes, so there's a reason why I have mentioned this today, my delicious little babies. There is a very good reason why I've mentioned it, okay? So that's that. And then finally, because actually I never wrote this, or I think I did write it in my book actually. I've obviously forgotten to anyway. Please take no notice, my delicious little babies. I do that from time to time. What's been on my mind for the past 3 days, everybody, my delicious little babies, right? I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, and it's when, you had these thieves, yes? And what they were doing was they were going round, and you know the old Mercs, the cars, the Mercedes, yes, and they were stealing the badges, okay, and they were stealing the inner part, you know, on the wheel of the car, and there was a lot of that going on, and that was the 1980s, okay, so for some reason, that I've no idea why everybody, my delicious little babies. I mean, I'm sure that there is a reason why, but right at this moment in time, I cannot tell you the reason why. But it was on my mind for the whole 3 days. And I thought, well, what's this? What's that come back to me for after, you know, after all these years? Because when I go back decades, and I'm being very honest with you all now, my delicious little babies, when I go back decades ago to when I was a little wee bairn, yes, well, I remember there was a couple, because you had a couple who used to do graffitiing. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, I know that graffitiing does look rather flipping hideous. Do you understand what I mean? In many places, you know, and if it gets out of, oh, it's froze. It's froze. I haven't done a thing, everybody. I'm not stopping now. I'm not stopping now. Okay, my delicious little babies. Yes, again, it's froze. Okay, so I'm awfully sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Now then, yes. So if there's too much graffiti in certain, you know, you got it in the UK, you got it everywhere. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter where you go. You know, you're going to find graffiti somewhere. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, we have to look at the other side of things where, you know, if you're really skilled at being a graffiti artist, yes, I mean, it can look magnificent. Sorry, please excuse me. It can look magnificent, right? But only if it's in just a specific little place. Do you see what I mean? Or if somebody wants to go to see. Do you see what I mean? Not like all over our different countries, if you know what I mean, okay? So I'm not being disrespectful to any, shall we say, professional graffiti artists out there. No, I am not, because obviously they're very skilled at what they do. What I'm saying is that the thing is, I knew a couple in my younger years, and I mean, I've got to be honest, I mean, they were brilliant at what they did, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I wouldn't go around sort of, because I suppose, I mean, in a way, if you're just putting it everywhere, it's like, it's vandalism, isn't it? Really, okay? But that's just my view, everybody. Others may have a different opinion, but that's what life's about, isn't it? We cannot agree on everything. So there was that going on, but I also remember that there were some who were actually stealing the Mercedes, the old Mercs badges, and I do remember that myself, and the caps, you know, in the wheels, and I do remember that myself. But I thought, in my mind, I thought, well, why has this come up into my old noddle after all of those decades? I've no idea why. There's obviously a reason. There's a connection to something, but, you know, which I'm sure that there is. But right now I'm just not sure why, but dear Spirit gave it me for some reason, just brought it back to me after all those decades, yes. Anyway, and then there's just one more thing I want to say. So, you know, like, when we look, like, in our UK, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, you know, and, like, you know, it's like, it's really hard, you know, to sort of get hold of coal or, you know, or something like that, yes, you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Where there's certain other countries where, well, they can have them, can't they? Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I mean? But I mean, if we go back decades, you know, there used to be an awful lot, you know, in the old UK, my neck of the woods. We go back decades and decades and decades. You used to use a lot of coal. So, yes. So, And something else I want to say, that was just something that was just on my mind just before I leave the video. Okay, sorry, it's just whatever comes into me old noddle, everybody. Please do forgive me, and look at me flipping wig today. Do you know what I mean? It's all bloody over the shop. Anyway, please excuse me. Some days I do look like a bit like flipping Wurzel Gummidge, but please take the notice. I don't worry about it anyway. What you see of me, everybody, my delicious little babies, is what you get, okay? So sold as seen, not in literal terms, okay? No, right? But, the other thing I just wanted to say, you know, because they want to get rid of, you know, these old, gas boilers and things like that. Do you see what I mean? And to me, you see, this is where I feel that more man and woman in our old neck of the woods in the old UK, yes? Well, this is where I feel that we need to stand up for ourselves more. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Not just let, you know, our putrid governments, right, just flipping change regulation, this change regulation, that. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Because if you allow them to do it, they're just going to keep stripping us of everything, as if they haven't stripped us of enough as it is. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? So, because otherwise, there's ones out there, my delicious little babies, who could find themselves in a very difficult flipping position. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because at the end of the day, there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to get rid of our gas boilers. No, there is not. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? You know, this is just another way. You see, they just try to find every which way how to flipping hit us. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I don't mean that in literal terms, my delicious little babies. What I'm saying to you is any which way to get us. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, please do excuse me, it's like they want us to flipping permanently suffer. Do you see what I mean? Like they want to bring everybody to their knees. But there is going to come a point, my delicious little babies, I'm telling you, yes, the flipping well is, where you see, you know, there are going to be lots who just say, you know what, enough is enough. Yes? Do you see what I mean? So whatever you do, my delicious little babies, please stand your ground, okay? If you know somebody who is doing any petitions to stop the rollout of these, whatever the blooming call them, these pumps, you know, in order to replace the gas boilers. So if you know anybody who's got petitions running, please sign that petition. Please and thank you, okay? Because we need to put a stop to this now, okay? They're taking everything they can flipping strip. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So this is where, you know, we have to put our foot down. I keep saying this. We really, really do, you know. Because this is what they do. You know, and I mean, really, when Hugo talks, I mean, he talked perfect sense on his short video because it is common sense. Do you see what I mean? You walk into something without realising or without researching, because I know that there are some delicious little babies out there who do the research. But for the others who either are not very good at researching, for others, they may not even, have the internet, okay? Because I have spoken to some, okay, delicious little babies who do not have the internet. Believe it or not, they do not. Do you see? So what I'm saying is, but if you walk into something, yes, then the putrid governments then, I mean, I already know all of this, but Hugo talks, he says it the way it is. You see what I mean? He's pretty much like me in that way. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? So for the delicious little babies who do not do any research for whatever reason it is, yes, they must try to go and get information from somebody who does do research, Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because this is what the putrid governments do, and it's common sense, and I know this already. What they do is they say, oh yes, you know, you can have this, have that, right? Because that's just another way. If you look at it, right, it's like at first they coerce, don't they? Do you see what I mean? It's like they coerce you into. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, like they did with the old jab, jab, jab. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes, so it's the same with the smart meters. It's like, you know, would you like to have a smart meter and all that, yes? And then they feel that by continuously getting on a dog and bone, and that eventually they're going to grind you down until you do it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So again, this is what it's all about. So from now on, and not only in our neck of the woods in the old UK, but in other countries as well, if you have gas boilers, you know, you put your foot down, you know, anybody who, with the petitions, with everything, yes, the smart meters, and for those of you delicious little babies, if you can, however you can, okay, please get them out of your houses and out of your flats. Do you see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, otherwise this would be going a flipping hell of a lot further, and I already knew this, which is why I refused. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so I hope that I haven't confused anybody today, my delicious little babies. It's just I go from one thing to another, to another, to another, but there's method in my madness of what I'm saying. And anyway, I'm not mad. Okay, well, I mean, I suppose I am mad in a nice way, in a happy way. Do you understand what I mean? I am in my own little happy way. Do you understand what I mean? But not when it comes to things like this, no? I'm flipping well clued up. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious babies? Yes, so it's just bits of information and things like that, yes? And just things to take a little look at, okay? But, and for others of you, you know, if you could look into it more, you know, about the 1980s with American, just with it, all that sort of thing, you know, there's obviously a reason why. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, it may mean that some of you wonderful and delicious little babies out there, you know, maybe you get your old thinking caps on, do you know what I mean? And think, oh, well, why is that? Do you know what I mean? Then sort of look into it more and more and more. Duck, duck, go. Okay then, my delicious little babies, so until my next video, okay, thank you so very much for even taking the time to listen to me today, okay. I'm so very humbled and very thankful for all of my beautiful and wonderful and delicious little subscribers, and how I will always love you so, okay? And I mean that genuinely from my heart, okay? Oh, sorry, one last thing I've just got to say. I seen this elderly man on, and it came up on my feed actually. I'd not seen him before, this man, until I think it was Saturday. I'd not seen him before, so this was all new to me, you know, on the old YouTube. And so he happened to do this video, what was it on now? To do with Brexit. Anyway, I don't want to get started again on the flipping old Brexit, right? Anyway, well, he made a comment, right? So we get back to this again, right? Now, he was talking about, obviously, the Brexit, yes? Then he was talking about, right? So, I mean, I'm not knocking him at the end of the day, but I am going to say, I mean, I'm not going to say who it is. I mean, I could have wrote him down, but, oh, sorry, do excuse me, but I did not, okay? And I did that for a reason, because I neither want to subscribe to him, you know, or anything like that. Do you understand what I mean? But it happened to me. Anyway, so fast forward. So what he said was, he said he can only do his videos once a week. Okay, fair enough. You know, some can do videos every day. Some others can do videos, you know, every couple of days. Others every 3 or 4 days. You know, that's how it rocks and rolls, isn't it? It's like, you know, with some it's like their full-time job. God bless them. For others, you know, they may have other things that they've got to do in between where, you know, at the end of the day, they have to find that time to fit it in, yes? And he's up to about, what is it? I think just over 30,000 or something subscribers, which, I mean, that's a decent number to get to, everybody. Yes, it is. But it was the comment that he made, not his actual video, okay? Because mind you, when I was looking at the comments, you know, I thought, oh, we've got a bit of a mixture going on here. Do you see what I mean? But the thing was, it was the next point what he said. And I thought, oh. And I've got to just say this, everybody, and it's a typical example about what I've been saying. And he's just another man, right? Like, you know, like you got man and woman out there who are just the same. And I'm talking all across now, everybody. So please do not think that I'm just, you know, nitpicking at one. No, I am not. This is about this man here now. And then he said, well, he can only do a video once a week. And he says, but if more and more can subscribe to him, okay, fair enough. Yes, we got that part as well. Everybody, my delicious little babies, right? But then he said he gets nearly 1,000. This is the truth, actually. This is what he said. He said he receives nearly 1,000 comments on each video. Okay. Now he said he tries his best to look at them all, and he says, but to be honest with you, and this is what he said. Okay, and he says, but the thing is, he said I cannot do that. He says, so what I do not reply to any. Well, when I heard that, all of my delicious and wonderful little babies that you are, I thought, well, with an attitude like that, so what it's really saying is, this is the way I read it, everybody, right? Now, others may disagree with me and see it completely differently. Okay, fair enough. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Are we not? Yes, we are. But I thought, but you want all of the subscribers. So let's get this right now in our old noddles. So you want all of your subscribers, but you do not reply to any of them, even if it means giving a like or, you know, a heart, whatever you do. So you just do not reply to any. And then you're doing one video a week. Which, like I said earlier, like I'm repeating again, everybody can only do what they can do. But when I heard that, I thought, well, I'd be really surprised, everybody, if anybody else flipping subscribes to him. Because I know, myself personally, you'd never see me do it. Not a chance. And you'd never see me flipping comment either. Not a chance. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So really, if you look at it, when he said that he tries, everybody, to look at what others have typed. Tries. Well, that's not good enough, is it? Not in my opinion, anyway. You know what I mean? And then I was scrolling down, right, because I've just got to. I mean, I do not mean to laugh, all my delicious little babies, but I've got to tell you the truth now. I was scrolling down, and somebody had put in the comment, right, because it is. Some comments are amusing. I've got to be honest, right, and others are rather serious. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, please excuse me. But this one comment said, well. It's like more or less what he said was. He said, well, it's common sense, isn't it? He says, you want more subscribers. He says, do more videos. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, well, yes, it's perfect sense, isn't it? So even though this man has got, obviously he's doing other things, yes, but even if we look at this a different way, yes, even if he could even just do one more video a week to make it 2 videos. Do you see what I mean? And again, show appreciation. So even if, let's put it this way. So even if he doesn't, I mean, you know what he'd be better off doing? And this is the truth now, everybody. This is the way I see it. The way he put it across, and I'm sorry for being long-winded, but I'm just trying to look at this from different angles, yes? What are we better off doing? Because to me, that's rude. You know, it means that anybody who has typed a comment, right? If he's really saying that he tries to look, so obviously at the beginning of his journey, he probably did, which that's what helped to build his numbers. Okay, yes, hello, common sense, duh. Do you see what I mean? We get that part, yes? But if he, which I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care what anyone tells me, there's a point in each and everybody's lives where they do have a time to look at things, and I do not care what anyone tells me. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? So the way I see it is that if he cannot be bothered to look at the comments, but he still wants the subscribers, everybody, well then why doesn't he just click the comments off? Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious babies? That's how I see it. Rather than others out there, because this is how I see it, everybody, my delicious little babies, wasting their time even typing that message. Yes, that's how I see it. But you cannot treat your wonderful and glorious subscribers like that. No, you cannot. It's not acceptable. So that man, that older man, which I've got nothing against the elderly, by the way, right? But if that's how he wants to rock and roll, well, I'd be very surprised, you know, after that video, if he does get many comments, I'll be really surprised. And if he does, well, some mothers do have them, and some, you know, obviously are just not flipping getting it, are they? Do you see what I mean? But you never see me ever in a million years subscribe to a man like that or leave a comment. Not a chance. And that's all I wanted to say. So it seems that it's still going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? So it's just to make you more aware, really, that at the end of the day, I mean, you may even, when you're looking at other YouTube videos for some of my wonderful and delicious little babies out there, you may start to notice, there we go, you may start to notice yourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? You know, if like something just comes up on your YouTube feed, do you see what I mean? It's very interesting when you hear who's behind the camera, what they're saying. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to listen. Do you see what I mean? Because it tells you the trueness of how they're operating. But, you know, it's a two-way street, isn't it? Yes? So at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is you cannot just expect everything to come to you. You have to put in the work as well. That's how life goes. That's how it rocks and rolls. That's all I'm saying. So I feel that really he should listen back to his video, and he should look at what he came out with and how he can improve the situation. That's the way I see it, everybody. But that's just me anyway, but I never even wrote his name down. I never had even any wish to, do you know what I mean? So like that was that. So I just thought I'd tell you that anyway. That's the end now, everybody. I'm so sorry. There is really now nothing more to say, okay? I've said everything, okay? So on that note, much love, God bless, and please have a wonderful morning, evening or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, okay? Please continue to have a good day, okay? And thank you once again so very much for even taking the time to listen to me, because, you know, I do ramble on sometimes, you know what I mean? But like I say, there's always method in my madness, okay? So on that note, until my next video, much love, take care, thank you, goodbye.